Hi, this is Rajesh, and I'm basically a conflict mastery coach. And then I happened to become one because of having gained some kind of a victory over conflicts um and from being a coward. I was actually not a coward always. As a kid, I was pretty great at academics, which was the only thing we were drilled onto. And then that gave some liberties, and naturally, I was bold at that. Uh, After being pretty bold at that, I had a lot of audacity. I'll give an example of a story which helps in that. My school principal was living in an adjacent house. We both were separated by a small wall as well as a cupboard partition. That's all. My dad had helped him when my principal had come down from a remote village from Tamil Nadu. He was an exceptionally good product from Shantiniketan. We came to know about him pretty later. Now, I knew my principal more as an uncle and a neighbor than a principal. And as I was good academically and not doing lot of mischief per se in the class, so I thought it is all right. I can get away with anything. Now, it so happened that when an India Pakistan match was going on, I decided that let me bunk one day and see it in his place. His house was the only thing which was having TV. We had not any TV at that time, so I had decided let me see it in him. And since I was good at academically, nobody really objected to that at my home. So when my school principal had gone for the school one day, I stayed back and then wanted to see the match in his place, in his room at his drawing room. So the match was going on well. I enjoyed it up to lunch, and then. Subsequently, that day my principal didn't come home till tea, so I enjoyed till tea. And then as when the tea time came, I went home. And then at that time my principal had come, and I had a good equation with my principal's wife, so I didn't expect her to say anything against me. So, but then when I came for tea, and then my principal had come for tea, he came to know that I was watching the whole cricket match. He didn't know. He just called me and said, "What is this, Rajesh? You are actually seeing TV bunking school. This is what I don't expect from you." I nodded and said sorry and came back. But there was no kind of a remorse in me at that particular point in time. What is the big thing I have done? I am doing well in studies. I am not so naughty and all. I'm a little bold. That's all. Why is he making a fuss? And I left it at there. Now, my principal had a great track record of having speaking in the assembly for 15 minutes every day after the school prayer. Now, after a couple of days, he told in the assembly, the vast assembly, that about a boy, a mischievous boy who had the audacity to come and see TV in his room, and who is from our school, and he bunked this class, and he was coolly seeing TV in my house. How dare he did it, he said in front of the assembly. I was hearing it, and this matter was not known to anybody except to me and my principal. So I was feeling, I hope that, and then I was not called out by name, but he didn't call my name out. But I was feeling completely crushed inside that I am humiliated by my neighbor and uncle for a small thing, I thought. And then the matter was left at that. So many people in the audience were trying to figure out who could be the one doing it. And then the teachers obviously couldn't place me because they didn't think I was bold enough to do that. So, and even if they thought that I was bold enough, if we can do it with the principal, they can do something more with us. So that was the reputation I felt they had. But then after a few days, the students and the classmates figured out. They came and told me, "Hey, how the hell did you go and do it in the principal's house?" I just smiled and left, still wondering what it was. But that kind of humiliation in the assembly gave a clear cut signal that life is not all bold as you think to be. People will disagree with you. People will punish you for something. So I slowly became a little careful from that particular point in time, not wishing to cross lines if it is required. I was a good kid, nice kid, mischievous kid, and a bold kid, but this was something not acceptable. That was a very great lesson I learned. This was when I was doing my second or third standard, I'm not very sure, but that gave me a straight blow on my face that no, no, I have to be very careful in life. It is not so easy. So this was one great lesson which made me from bold to slightly below average, that we can't be afford to be bold. I hope I'll come to the part two of how I was further crushed later, from being little bold to completely crushed in my next video. Thank you.